Thomas Montgomery Newman is an American composer best known for his many film scores. Newman has been nominated for 12 Academy Awards and 3 Golden Globes, and has won 2 BAFTAs, 6 Grammys and an Emmy Award. Newman was honored with the Richard Kirk Award at the 2000 BMI Film and TV Awards. The award is given annually to a composer who has made significant contributions to film and television music. Personal life: born in Los Angeles, California, he is the youngest son of Mississippi-born Martha Louise Montgomery and composer Alfred Newman, who won 9 Oscars for Best Film Score. He is a member of a film scoring dynasty in Hollywood that includes his father Alfred, brother David Newman, sister Maria Newman, uncles Lionel Newman and Emil Newman, cousin Randy Newman, and his nephew Joey Newman. During their upbringing, Martha herded her sons into violin lessons in the San Fernando Valley every weekend. Newman later studied composition and orchestration for 2 years at the University of Southern California, before transferring to Yale University, where he graduated as a Bachelor of Arts in 1977 and a Master of Music in 1978. While at Yale, he met composer Stephen Sondheim, who became an early mentor. Newman and his wife, Anne-Marie, have 3 children. They reside in the Pacific Palisades neighborhood of Los Angeles. Film scoring career: at first, Newman was more interested in musical theater than in film composition, working with Sondheim in Broadway plays. Lionel, who succeeded Alfred as music director for 20th Century Fox, gave Thomas his first scoring assignment on a 1979 episode of the series The Paper Chase. In 1983, John Williams, who was a friend of both Alfred and Lionel, invited Newman to work on Star Wars Episode VI, Return of the Jedi, orchestrating the scene where Darth Vader dies. Afterwards Newman met in New York producer Scott Rudin, who invited him to compose the score for Reckless. Newman said that he thought it was a tough job, at first for requiring him to develop vocabularies and a sense of procedure, only getting comfortable with writing scores, and not fraudulent in my efforts after 8 years. In 1992, Newman composed the score to Martin Brest's film Scent of a Woman. In 1994, he got his first Academy Award nominations with the scores to The Shawshank Redemption and Little Women. He also scored the film The War. In 1996, he scored Diane Keaton's Unstrung Heroes, receiving yet another Oscar nomination. In 1998, he scored Robert Redford's The Horse Whisperer as well as Meet Joe Black. In 1999, Newman composed the score to Sam Mendes' first feature film American Beauty, created using mainly percussion instruments. Newman believed the score helped move the film along without disturbing the moral ambiguity of the script, saying it was a real delicate balancing act in terms of what music worked to preserve that. This was his first collaboration with Mendes, and he would go on to score all of the director's subsequent films except for Away We Go. He received a 4th Oscar nomination for this score, and although he lost again, he did receive a Grammy and a BAFTA. His critical and commercial success has continued in the following years with his scores for films such as Meet Joe Black, The Green Mile, Erin Brockovich, In the Bedroom and The Salton Sea. He was nominated consecutively for a further 3 Academy Awards, for Road to Perdition, Finding Nemo, and Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events. However, he lost on each occasion to Elliot Goldenthal, Howard Shore, and Jan A. P. Kaczmarek respectively. He was again nominated for an Oscar for scoring Steven Soderbergh's The Good German. At the Oscar ceremony, he appeared in the opening segment by Errol Morris, who jokingly stated that Newman had been nominated for and failed to win an Oscar 8 times. Newman replied, "No, I've failed 7 but this will be my 8th, and indeed, he again lost, this time to Gustavo Santaolalla for Babel." His first score since The Good German was for the 2008 animated film Wall-E, collaborating for the second time with director Andrew Stanton. The film won the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature. Newman received 2 Oscar nominations, one for Best Original Score, and another for Best Original Song for Down to Earth, which he co-wrote with Peter Gabriel. He was nominated in the original score category with 2 other veteran composers, James Newton Howard and Danny Elfman, both of whom have also been nominated for several Oscars but each time unsuccessfully. Newman lost both the score and song nominations to A.R. Rahman for his work on Slumdog Millionaire. He and Peter Gabriel did however win a Grammy for Down to Earth. In 2008, Newman scored Towelhead and Sam Mendes' Revolutionary Road, and in 2009 he scored Brothers. In 2011 he scored The Help, The Debt, The Iron Lady, and The Adjustment Bureau. In 2012, Newman scored the Best Exotic Marigold Hotel. He also scored the 23rd James Bond movie Skyfall, directed by his longtime collaborator Sam Mendes, which celebrates the film franchise's 50th anniversary. His work on this film earned him his 11th Oscar nomination and a second BAFTA win. During 2013, he scored Steven Soderbergh's Side Effects and Saving Mr. Banks. The latter score was very well received by film music critics, earning Newman BAFTA and Oscar nominations for the second consecutive year, both of which he lost to Stephen Price for Gravity. Newman's 2014 projects included The Judge and Get On Up. He scored 2015's The Second Best Exotic Marigold Hotel, marking the first time Newman has scored a sequel to a film he also wrote the score for. Newman likes to vary the instrumentation in his scores, ranging from full orchestra to percussion-only music. He is also fond of incorporating unusual instruments such as the zither, hurdy-gurdy, psaltery and hammered dulcimer, or unexpected sounds, like Aboriginal chants and the chirping of cicadas. The composer declared that he has an interest in mundane experimentation. Filmography Film 1980s 1990s 2000s 2010s Television Additional soundtracks 2005, Brokeback Mountain, 2005, Corpse Bride, 2005, Madagascar, 2005, Fun with Dick and Jane, 2007, Sicko, 2009, Bigfoot, 2010, Alice in Wonderland. Newman has composed music for television as well, including theme music for the series Boston Public and the miniseries Angels in America. His theme music for the television show 6 Feet Under won 2 Grammy Awards in 2003, for Best Instrumental Composition as well as Best Instrumental Arrangement. Newman also wrote a commissioned concert work for orchestra, Reach Forth Our Hands, for the 1996 Cleveland Bicentennial. The Los Angeles Philharmonic has commissioned a new work by Newman to be performed by the Kronos Quartet and Los Angeles Philharmonic, conducted by Leonard Slatkin, during the orchestra's 2009 Euro 2010 season. He composed the incidental music for the Washington Shakespeare Theatre Company's 2014 production of As You Like It, directed by Michael Attenborough and starring Zoe Waits. Awards and nominations. As of 2014, Newman has received a total of 12 Academy Award nominations, however as of 2013, he has yet to win the award, making him the most nominated living composer to have never won an Oscar, and behind Alex North, who received 14 unsuccessful nominations. 11 of his nominations are in the Best Original Score category, while 1 is for Best Original Song. His first major successes for which he was recognized, came in 1994, when he earned 2 Academy Award nominations for his scores to Little Women and The Shawshank Redemption. He was the only double nominee that year, although he lost to Hans Zimmer for The Lion King. He received his 3rd Academy Award nomination in 1996 for the score to Diane Keaton's comedy Unstrung Heroes, but again lost, this time to Alan Menken for Pocahontas. He has also received 3 Golden Globe nominations, including 1 for Best Original Score for 1999's American Beauty and 2 for Best Original Song, as well as 9 Grammy nominations and 5 wins. American Film Institute Newman's scores for American Beauty and The Shawshank Redemption were nominated for AFI's 100 Years of Film Scores. References. External links: Thomas Newman at the Internet Movie Database.